Remember late 2025? If you were in or around Hat Yai, you'd recall the intense rainfall, the flooding, and those powerful winds. It felt like a supercharged monsoon, but what really hit the city was a weather phenomenon known as an atmospheric river. So what exactly is an atmospheric river, or AR for short? Picture this: a long, narrow band of fast-moving air high up in the atmosphere, absolutely packed with water vapor. It's literally like a river flowing in the sky, stretching for thousands of kilometers, transporting immense amounts of moisture from one part of the world to another. These aren't just your average clouds. They are highly concentrated corridors of water vapor. When one of these atmospheric rivers makes landfall, the journey takes a dramatic turn. As the moist air is forced to rise over land, mountains, or even just cooler air masses, the water vapor cools down rapidly. This cooling causes it to condense and fall as incredibly heavy rain or snow. In fact, scientists have identified atmospheric rivers as one of the biggest drivers of extreme rainfall events across the globe. They can unload so much water in such a short time that they often overwhelm local drainage systems and rivers, leading to severe flooding. Where do these powerful rivers in the sky even come from? They typically form over warm tropical oceans. The intense heat from the sun causes massive amounts of water to evaporate from the ocean's surface, creating a huge volume of water vapor in the air above. Then, strong, persistent winds grab this moisture and channel it into these long, narrow atmospheric corridors. Think of it like a jet stream, but instead of just carrying air, it's carrying a colossal amount of water. As long as the river flows over the warm ocean, it keeps picking up more moisture, growing stronger and stronger. The real show begins when this river of vapor meets a barrier like a mountain range or a shift in wind patterns, which squeezes all that moisture out like a sponge. If the vapor content is high enough, the rainfall can last for hours or even days, leading to catastrophic flooding. So, why Hat Yai? The city's geography played a crucial role. Located in southern Thailand, it's uniquely positioned between the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. In late 2025, moisture that had evaporated from the warm Indian Ocean was swept up by powerful monsoon winds. This moisture formed a massive atmospheric river that traveled eastward. The narrow shape of the southern Thai peninsula acted like a funnel, directing this concentrated flow of moisture straight towards Hat Yai. When this supersaturated air mass hit the mainland, it had nowhere to go but up. The result was an exceptional amount of rainfall dumped on the city in a very short period. Let's rewind to the moments just before the flood. The signs were there. The sky grew dark as clouds thickened, creating a heavy, oppressive ceiling. The air became thick and sticky as humidity skyrocketed. You could feel the change. Then, the wind began to pick up, howling through the streets and rattling windows. It wasn't just a storm brewing. It was the arrival of the atmospheric river. Suddenly, the downpour began. It wasn't just rain, it was a deluge. The sheer volume of water was overwhelming. Within hours, rivers and canals began to swell, their banks disappearing under the rising tide. Soon, the water spilled over, turning roads into murky brown rivers and flooding low-lying neighborhoods. The city's infrastructure was quickly submerged. The impact on daily life was immediate and severe. Transportation ground to a halt as major roads became impassable. Schools had to close their doors to ensure the safety of students and staff. Emergency response teams were put on high alert, working around the clock to manage the unfolding crisis. For many residents in the hardest-hit areas, the only option was to grab what they could and move to higher ground, seeking refuge in temporary shelters or with friends and family on safer terrain. The sense of community was strong, but the situation was dire. The economic fallout from the storm was just as devastating. The urban flooding brought commerce to a standstill. Shops and businesses were forced to close as floodwaters seeped into their premises, ruining stock and damaging equipment. Markets, the vibrant heart of the local economy, were particularly hard hit. Fresh produce and goods were lost to the contaminated water, resulting in huge financial losses for vendors. For local farmers on the outskirts of the city, the flood was a catastrophe, wiping out entire crops just before harvest. The ripple effect was felt everywhere, as local businesses had to temporarily pause operations, leading to lost wages for countless workers. The storm didn't just bring water, it brought economic hardship that lingered long after the floods receded. This brings us to a critical question. Are events like this becoming more common? Many scientists believe that climate change is playing a significant role. Here's the connection. As our planet warms, our oceans get warmer too. Warmer oceans lead to more evaporation, which means there's more water vapor available in the atmosphere. So, when an atmospheric river forms in this warmer, moister environment, it has the potential to carry an even greater amount of water. This supercharges the storm, leading to more intense rainfall, longer-lasting events, and a much higher risk of devastating floods. Now, it's important to remember that not every single storm is directly caused by climate change, but the overall trend is clear, okay? The risk of extreme weather events, including powerful atmospheric rivers, is on the rise globally. The storm in Hatchiai serves as a powerful reminder that we can't afford to be complacent. So, what can we do to prepare for the future? On a community level, it starts with infrastructure. Improving and expanding drainage systems is crucial to help manage massive amounts of rainfall. Investing in accurate, real-time weather monitoring and establishing clear, effective emergency warning programs can give people the precious time they need to prepare and evacuate. Public awareness campaigns can educate everyone on the risks and what to do when a warning is issued. For our own families, preparedness is just as important. It's wise to have an emergency kit ready. This could include storing a supply of clean drinking water, non-perishable food, and a first aid kit. It's also a good idea to think about how to protect valuable electronics and important documents from potential flood damage. Most importantly, we all need to stay informed. Pay attention to weather reports and follow the alerts and instructions issued by local authorities. Their guidance is designed to keep you and your loved ones safe. Being prepared and educated doesn't just reduce material loss. It saves lives. Atmospheric rivers are a fascinating and powerful force of nature. They are complex phenomena that highlight the intricate connections within our planet's climate system. The 2025 storm in Hatye was a harsh lesson, but it's one we can learn from. By understanding these events, by investing in preparedness, and by working together as a community, we can become more resilient. Knowledge and awareness are our best defenses against the challenges of extreme weather. Thanks for watching, and if you found this informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Stay safe out there.